A warning from the FBI of potential armed protesters across all 50 state capitals today. And here's a look at scenes from across the country. In Austin, Texas, a group advocating for gun rights gathered near the Capitol carrying guns and flags. Across the country, in Sacramento, fencing went up around the Capitol building in preparation for demonstrators, but officials there say everything stayed calm. Members of the Ohio National Guard surrounded the State House as about 50 protesters carrying signs and guns explained they were there to exercise their rights. And then here at home in Kentucky, a small group took to the steps of the Capitol despite a heavy police presence and warning from the governor saying the property is closed. But it was a mostly quiet day on Capitol grounds with no large demonstrations. Tonight, Gebrigedgis reports from Frankfort.
On this rainy, snowy, cold Sunday, we didn't hear loud sounds or see large groups at the state capitol. What we felt and saw, though, are the heightened security measures in place. Law enforcement agencies like Kentucky State Police and National Guardsmen heavily blocking off the area. This morning started off quiet. At one point, we saw 3 men who were armed and appeared to be protesters show up at the security line, but they turned around, walked away as soon as KSP troopers approached them. About an hour after that, we saw another group show up, but this time there were about a dozen people, almost all of them armed. For about 20 minutes or so, they stood near the steps of the Capitol building yelling chants. Their group leader didn't want to say who they're affiliated with, but said they showed up to practice their, quote, Second Amendment rights while others practice their First Amendment right. At one point, they stood in front of KSP troopers chanting and appearing to have conversations with them. When we talked to the spokesperson for state police earlier this morning, he said people have the right to protest, but the agencies were ordered to come out today to increase safety.
Well, I mean, I feel like we've done our due diligence in being prepared and hopefully over-prepared for anything that might happen, but we're also hopeful that nothing happens.
As we know, Governor Andy Beshear announced heightened security measures around the state capitol grounds following the January 6th breach of the U.S. Capitol. So if you live near the area, expect to see road closures and heavy police presence in the next several days. Reporting from the state capitol, I'm Gebrigedgis.